Merrimack TV is committed to our community. From gavel-to-gavel coverage of town and school board meetings, to updates on town services and projects, we aim to keep you connected.
Good morning, I'm Kyle Fox, Public Works Director for the town of Merrimack.
Hi, I'm Diane Trippett. I'm the town clerk tax collector for the town of Merrimack.
I'm Captain Matt Tarleton with the Merrimack, New Hampshire Police Department.
And keep the public informed of every motion.
All those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye.
And many moments, so you can be confident that we're here for you. Thanks for watching. Stay connected. Follow Merrimack TV on Facebook.
I'm ready. I'm waiting for this promo here.
Oh, you won't see the promo. It already played.
Oh, I see. I thought it was something we were going to see. All right. It looks like Bill Wilkes has joined us. Is that Bill Wilkes?
It is.
It is. Welcome to the meeting. Bill, you're just in time. I'm about to call this meeting to order. And this is the meeting of the Merrimack Town Center Committee on Friday, September 18th, 2020. I will call the roll and ask each of you to say your name and where you are presently located. And I'll start with myself. I am at home, and I am by myself. And we'll go ahead around the horn here. Finley, would you just, for the record?
Yes, I'm Finley Rothaus. I'm currently at 6 Mulligan Lane here in town, and I'm here with 5 grandsons, and as I had mentioned, under 7, so I apologize. As always, up front, and my wife, and that is it. But they should be in the other room most of the time.
Okay, Bill, you're muted, Bill. We're not getting you. Got to unmute.
Sorry, I didn't realize that.
There you go. Okay.
Got it now. Thank you. I'm at 80 Huckleberry Lane in the Mac.
Okay. Kyle?
Kyle Fox. I'm at the Public Works office in Town Hall.
Karen?
Karen Freed. I'm at home, and there's no one else here.
Okay. And Bill?
Bill Wilkes. I'm at 34 Handsome Drive, and I'm trying to do this while I charge my iPad from a 3-foot cord. So I'm in an awkward position, but glad to be in the meeting.
Okay. Glad to have you, Bill. I was fairly successful, I think. We'll find out later, in taking the minutes last time we had a meeting, so maybe I will do it this time, because since I would have to get them manually from someone, unless someone would like to volunteer to do the minutes. And I see her shaking her head no, and I see no one else moving. So we'll go on, and our next order of business, or our first order of business, is approval of the minutes from the June 26th meeting, which was sent to everyone. I even made some extra copies, forgetting that we don't meet in person, and so I have extra copies, but they're not going to do us any good. I hope everyone had a chance to look them over, and if they're happy with them, I will I will entertain a motion to approve them as submitted. You want a few minutes? You got them. It was put out as a draft minutes. It says draft at the top.
I'll move the minutes. If you're looking for a motion, Nelson, did you say?
Yes, if you're ready.
I'll move the minutes of June 26th.
Okay.
I second.
June 26th, and Finley and Karen second. Any discussion of this motion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
I abstained because I was not at the meeting.
Kyle, how do you vote?
Yes.
Aye. Karen was aye. Is that
Yes.
correct?
Correct.
And Bill, you're
Aye.
Okay. All right, then the minutes are approved as submitted, and that takes care of that little bit of business. Our old business discussions, I have did put out a revised agenda, which I hope everyone got a copy of. I marked it up in yellow. I just added one item in that agenda under item C, the status of the Woodbury Street sidewalk, and we want to talk about that a little bit. But because Nicholas has some conflicts here, he's asked if we could talk to items E first, which is the status of the TCC Facebook page and so on. And Bill Wilkes and Nicholas were going to get together and come up with some suggestions for us. So I'm going to turn it over to Nicholas and Bill. You're on, Nick.
All right. Good afternoon. Thanks for having me, guys. Bill Wilkes and I were to meet, but unfortunately, a few things came up, personal things, so we weren't able to do that this week, which is not a problem. But good news is I do have a town center committee page that's at the moment it's live, so I'm able to show you guys that, and then afterward I'll probably make it hidden so it's not out there until there's more content built around it, because we don't want to have a page with not a whole lot of content. When we have the page up and running, we'd like there to be some things for folks to see. So I'm going to share my screen. I'm going to try to share my screen, make sure I put the right thing on. Sorry.
This is a Facebook page, is that correct?
Yeah. So,
right.
Okay. Can you see that?
Yes.
Is it the Facebook? Can you see the Facebook page?
Town center, blah, 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 people reach. I seem to be getting, no, I don't see where it says Facebook. I see.
Okay, right, but.
I see it up in the top left corner.
You do? Top left corner, see Facebook. Top right, you might see Nicholas with like an emoji or something. Okay, cool. Yeah. We're looking at the right thing. So right now, this is, well, if you were to go to Facebook and search for Merrimack Town Center Committee, right now you would find this. And this is what the Town Center Committee's Facebook page looks like. There's not an awful lot on it. For the page photo, I have your master plan map.
Oh yeah, that's better.
From 2017. And then I went ahead for your profile picture. I went ahead and made this logo.
Oh.
Just that Merrimack blue everyone uses, and then Merrimack Town Center Committee. And then I put these dashes to kind of represent the pedestrian sidewalks that you guys have in your master plan map. And then this wave at the bottom of the circle to represent the water aspects of your plan. So I just wanted to have a simple kind of logo for people to see, the first thing they see when they search for it. And that color blue seems to be synonymous with a lot of things that you find in Merrimack. And then I included those icons to subtly point out, some of the things that your committee is looking to do. And then as far as the about section here, I just sort of based this off of your charter, but I had to kind of shorten it, obviously, because I only used, I think, 250 characters. So just about, I put developing a safe and inviting town center for Merrimack residents and visitors to patronize local businesses and key destinations. And then the first, aside from updating the website address, for the website address, I put the town center landing page from the town website. And then this morning I put up the promo that we had made that calls for volunteers. And Merrimack's Town Center is seeking volunteers. Are you interested in community building and social media? We'd like you to help us develop a safe and inviting town center for residents and visitors. So this is this is your Facebook page. I'm sort of the placeholder admin, and once Bill and I get a chance to talk more about the page, then he'll also be an admin, and I am totally cool with staying on as an admin just in case something happens or someone gets locked out. I have this particular Facebook account solely to admin the Merrimack TV page, and now this one, and it's connected to my town email address. This is how visitors would see the Town Center Committee Facebook page. That's how we're looking at it. And then if I were to exit that view, this is how Bill or any other admin would see it. So you'd have options to create a post and create other events, make changes to the About section. And also that's whoever makes a post, it's generally listed as that. Facebook did just make some changes as recently as of this morning. Normally you would see, if you'd see a post, it would say who made that post. So if Bill were logged in, he could go in and see that, Nicholas LaValle made changes to this post. So that's all tracked as well.
Great.
So that's how it looks. What I'm going to do is in the settings here for the page, I'm going to unpublish it. That doesn't mean it's deleted. It just means the page isn't finished yet. And then that way it's not searchable by anyone. Okay, so now it's unpublished. I just don't want to have the page live until.
No, I think that's good. Yeah.
We have another admin. We have some additional content on there, or maybe even a plan to sort of roll out content too. I think that would make sense. So that way, at least I think you want to post something at least once a week, even if that's just a photo. Just to kind of keep people engaged and give people a way to discover. And also the last thing you want to do is, keep a page just sort of dormant and not to update it. So that way you continuously stay in people's feeds.
Yeah.
Do you have any questions for me before I stop sharing my screen, or anything else you want to see about the back end of adminning a Facebook page?
Looks excellent so far. Thank you.
Yeah. I like it very much. And, I'm going to ask you if I can, are these on some kind of slides, or what I want to do is I have to, it's coming up later in the meeting, is I'll be presenting our annual report to the town council on October 22nd. I would like to show this to them at that time, even though it's not ready to go, just to give them a heads up on what we're doing here. So
that's a good idea, and maybe I'll get you either some stills or even video, and also what you can do is announce that night that it's launching the next day or something. Use it as a means to promote the Facebook page.
If you think we'll be ready by then, I don't want to put too much on you, but it's October 22nd is the big day that I give the presentation.
Yeah, because that gives us a month. I'm comfortable with that if Bill is.
Yeah, I'm fine with that. That's fine with me.
And Bill, I know that you got some things going on, so I have no problem with even if I'm just sort of letting you know what's going on, and you kind of give me a thumbs up or thumbs down or any suggestions, I can kind of do the heavy lifting. Maybe I can rope in Kyle Fox if he has anything like photos, or if he has anything he can add from being the admin for the Public Works page. Maybe I can reach out to him, and since he's an official member of the committee.
He seems
Yeah,
to.
I mean, I'm fine with all that. I just hope that this isn't going to be yourself and I, Nicholas. I hope, like, if Nelson has an input, on this weekly, putting something on the page, or Karen or Bill Cummings or Finley or Kyle. I think we need everybody, saying, "Hey, I just took this photo. Can you post it on the Facebook page?" Or, "We just had this meeting, and this was a quick synopsis of what the meeting was. Can you post this on the Facebook page?" I want to help as an administrator, but I don't want to be the content king.
Okay, no, that's a good idea. The only thing that I would say, and Kyle could probably Kyle would probably understand this as well. The only thing I would say is, all we want to do is stay kind of consistent, especially early on. So I think as long as we kind of have scheduled days for when posts go up, I think that's very important, because you don't want to post several times a day. You want to kind of keep things consistent and sort of roll things out so that things stay in people's feed and doesn't disappear, because newer posts will tend to get prominent, are likely to be more prominent in someone's feed if they are following the page. So, but those are all things that we can talk about. But that would be my only it's not a concern, but that would be my only I guess that'd be my only concern is if people do have ideas for things, then they'd have to just make sure that we're not posting too much in a single day, in a 24-hour period.
Yeah. Well, we can always delay postings if, it doesn't have to be instantaneous.
Right.
Instantaneously, contemporaneously. So that would be good. What I'd like to do, Nick, because I know you've got to go, and is I would like to maybe get together with you in a week or so, if that's a good time, or whenever you say, and talk further about the detail of how we roll this out to the council and to the whole system itself. So if that's okay, we can.
Yeah, that's great.
Yeah.
Let's. Why don't we plan for next Friday if you're available?
I think I am.
I might be available too, Nick. So if you guys coordinate that and just send me an email, I'd like to get together too.
I'll make a.
And if you want to do it Zoom, we could do that, or in person. I don't care.
September 25th is next Friday, and I'm available all day Friday the 25th. So that's good.
Okay, great.
You got a time that's good for you, Nick, or?
11 is cool.
Okay.
That should work for me too.
Yeah.
Great.
Okay.
Let us know how you want to do it, Zoom or in person or whatever.
Okay, sounds good. I think I can go either or, if it's just the three of us.
Yeah, I may want to get some paper from you or something, but we can do that separately. Let's plan. We'll plan this meeting and we'll go ahead. I can do either one if you want to do Zoom.
Just confirm it in the next couple of days, I guess, Nelson. What you want to do?
Yeah.
Or Nick.
Sure, yeah. I'll send an email on Monday.
Okay, and if we do it by Zoom, send us a link.
Absolutely.
Right. Good. Okay. Thank you, Nick, and appreciate your help with this. And Bill, thank you too. And
yeah. Well, I don't get much credit yet. I hope I can do a little more going forward. My sister passed away recently. Yeah.
Wow.
So.
Sorry to hear that.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah. Okay.
I think it's the fact that you stepped up, Bill. You deserve a lot of credit for that. So.
Yes. You did. Okay.
Thanks, Nick.
Good.
No problem. All right. Thanks for having me, guys. Take care.
Okay. Thank you, Nick.
Thank you.
And I gather Justin is now our host, huh?
I'm going to make Dustin the host.
Okay. And we'll move on to discuss item A on our old business, which is discussion on the status of the Souhegan River Footbridge. And I'm going to ask Kyle to fill us in on any late happenings with that.
Thank you, Nelson. So I guess 2 updates to report. The grant opportunity for the land water conservation grant, which is a 50-50 grant, is due at the end of October. That grant is a whole lot of work to fill out, and please keep in mind it comes with the requirement that anything as part of the project has to remain in perpetuity. There's been a lot of talk about that through the Watson Park issues lately.
Yeah.
So I just want to make sure that everybody is aware of that if we apply for this grant and are successful and the town accepts it, then it comes with those requirements. As I said, that's a 50-50 grant. I believe it's a 2-year cycle award. So we'll pursue that. I believe I have direction, and maybe Finley, you can correct me if I misspeak on this, that the council at the retreat gave the direction that the project should include just the bridge and not additional trails.
Did Finley say yes to that?
Finley, you're on mute.
You're on mute, Finley. Yeah.
Sorry. I was just saying that my speakers are very weak here. So if I understood you, Kyle, did you say you were questioning whether the council, or confirming that the council was in agreement with moving forward on this grant proposal?
Yes, but my understanding is it's just with the bridge itself and not with the additional trails that were recommended by the program director.
Yes, it was the bridge.
Okay. So we'll move forward with that grant opportunity and see how that shakes out. Recently, another opportunity did come up in the past month. The town, Don Twamel, our town engineer, Phil, the NRPC solicited new projects for the next biennium 10-year plan process, which the new 10-year plan just got approved. But that's the way this process rolls. It's a rolling 2-year process. So now they're developing projects for the next 10-year plan, which will be adopted 2 years from now. So each of the planning commissions around the state has a certain allocation of funds from DOT, which they're federal funds that come through DOT to the planning commissions. Don made a presentation to the Transportation Technical Advisory Committee at NRPC for our project, which we proposed the pedestrian bridge as well. So we don't have the scoring results back from that yet. Early indications from NRPC is that regardless of where the project scores among the others submitted from other municipalities in the commission's territory, is that there's enough funding to support all of the projects that were submitted. So that's good news. And
that's unusual.
Yeah, right. Yeah. That is an 80-20 state, federal / town mix. So the town would only have to pay 20% of that process, and it wouldn't have the burden of the forever restriction like the conservation grant has.
Yeah.
So we're going to move forward with that. So the next step in that process is to get it into the proposed 10-year plan. It'll go through gazetted hearings similar to what we did last fall. once it's in the 10-year plan, so when it makes it to the draft 10-year plan, which I expect it will, it would of course be scheduled for the back end, which is 2032. As we've seen through the Gasset process, like we went through for our River Trail project, that has kind of bounced around in fiscal years. Once it's in the plan, the Gasset process and even the political process can move projects around. One suggestion that we've used for bridge projects, but was also brought up by NRPC when I was talking to them last week, would be the state is generally amenable to towns moving one project out to move another project up. And the one that was mentioned was the Wire Road intersection, which would actually slot kind of nicely, although that one's still 2027, but not as far out as 2032. So there's a number of options going forward with that route. And of course, there's always the possibility as other communities don't get their projects ready for construction, that projects can move up if we are ready for construction. So we've taken advantage of that a number of times by having projects ready to go, and we will push forward on this one in the same manner. So unfortunately, and we have a lot of people calling and asking us when the bridge is going to be reopened. And unfortunately, the answer is we really have no idea at this point, unless the town were going to self-fund the project, which is estimated at $660,000. Then we don't have a lot of control over the when. So that's kind of the update.
Yeah. Okay, thank you, Kyle. 2032 sounds like an imaginary number to me. It's kind of
it does.
Somebody want to take over this job?
I'll see you at the ribbon cutting.
They'll be wheeling me in a wheelchair. Well, okay, thank you, Kyle. I appreciate your work with this, and I appreciate the fact that you're hanging in there and that you're exploring alternatives to one way or another to try and get this to happen, because it's going to be a long time no matter which way we go, I guess. But
I will say that this one has been kind of unique. Kind of the road bridges that we've had issues with, whether being weight restricted or in the case of Bean Road actually closed, they were pretty rapid, relatively speaking, solutions. Yeah. This one being more long term, and we have had really quite a number of phone calls about it. People want this connection. Yeah. I didn't know if the committee would want to engage on some sort of fundraising effort to maybe try and tackle this project that way. It's a big number to raise, so I'm not sure it's even possible. Yeah. But there's certainly been a great amount of public interest from the phone calls and Facebook messages that we've received.
Okay, let's have some discussion of that at the meeting at the end. We could propose that to the council. I wouldn't want to undertake a project like that without some backing from the council and that sort of thing, but that's another idea too. Okay, thank you. Anybody want to say anything more about this footbridge issue? Any committee members have any thoughts on this? We've got a little time to think about it if it's 2032, but maybe
it's not 2032.
Right. All right, we'll pass on then, and talk about the Souhegan River Trail project. The River Trail. The last I knew, we were finishing up somehow the design, and it was going to be ready to go at the drop of a hat or the availability of some money, which we weren't sure about, but we wanted to have it all set to go, is what I think we said last time. Kyle, any news or update on that, or any changes to that?
So, unfortunately, what you're going to hear is more new frustration.
That's what this job is all about.
Right. So we were, in our estimation, through the cultural resources process. As you know, that's been the biggest delay in the project throughout, and we were progressing to final design, getting it ready to go out to bid. We still needed the sign off from the folks over at DHR. Evidently, they have a new administrator, and the administrator, when presented with this project, said that a phase 1A archaeological study was required. So this news came to us about a week and a half ago. I didn't react very well to the news.
We did one.
Right. We've been through everything, Nelson. I agree with you. So our consultant is busy again putting all of this together in a package. And speaking frankly, and I spoke with the town manager about this as well, our position is going to be, we're done. You need to sign this so we can move on with the project. And if they say no, then we're going to have to explore, I think, some other alternatives, maybe political alternatives, which is not something I generally like to do. But this whole process of trying to build this trail since 2014 is
since 2009. Go ahead.
Well, we got the grant in 2014.
Oh, okay, right. Yeah.
Or the award actually came in 2015. It was the 2014 grant round. So we've been designing this project for 5 years now.
Yeah. And we've had all these people involved. The archaeologists. Terribly
frustrating.
The Indian artifacts.
It's an unfortunate reality. We're seeing it in all aspects of all of our projects. The cultural resource requirements are a moving target. As they change employees, the targets change. And this isn't the only project being affected by it. And it's terribly frustrating. And I don't know how to fix it, but it's a state level problem, and it's more than just DHR.
What does DHR stand for? Just
Department of Historical Resources.
Oh, that's historical. Okay.
So we're going to keep working anyway, and Quantum is putting together that package to remind them that we've been through this process. We had sign off on this, and to come in at the last minute and say, no, you have to do more. We can't accept it. But unfortunately, without the sign off, DOT won't let us proceed with the project. So we're kind of stuck.
Yeah. Okay. Well, keep us informed.
I certainly will.
Put that in my report. I presume the council knows this already, but we'll remind them.
They haven't received an official report on this yet because we're still formulating the letter from Quantum.
Yeah.
This may in fact be news to Finley as well. This is all very new.
Finley, what are you going to do to fix this? Can't hear you.
You're on mute again.
You're on mute.
Sorry, I'm so focused on trying to hear it. I'm having much difficulty. Kyle is very quiet, so if you could say that again, Kyle, I'd appreciate it.
Oh, I'm sorry.
No.
I was saying, Finley, that the council may not be aware of this because it's a relatively new development. So we're trying to figure out how to move forward and get past this obstacle.
Yeah, see, I'm not. You know what? I'm gonna switch over. I'm gonna use my phone and see if I can get you better that way because I'm having much difficulty. So I'll be just a second more.
Okay, or we could come back to this if.
Can you guys hear me okay?
Yeah,
I can hear you loud and clear.
Okay.
I can hear you fine.
So it's my computer. I'm confident.
Okay. I just wanted to be sure. Thank you.
Karen. Hang in there, Karen.
No, I'm just thinking about trying to be in this meeting with 5 little boys under the age of 6.
And they're actually being very good.
I believe you.
I've used this before for virtual meetings and I haven't had the problem, but I cannot get the volume up. I have a piece of paper in front of the speaker trying to aim it towards me, and it's not working real well. And Kyle is the quietest one for me, but all right, Justin's gonna let me in, I think, pretty soon.
Well, we can come back to you if.
There we go. I see myself twice now.
Yeah.
Let me get out of here.
Oh yeah, there you are again.
It's good to be seen.
Now I can't hear you.
Disappeared.
Okay. I disappeared. I can hear it now, though.
Yeah.
I can hear you now.
Okay, well, while I'm trying to get this video on, if Kyle wants to say again what he had mentioned, and I apologize.
Okay, yeah, so I don't know how much of that you heard, Finley. It's about the river trail project. Really quickly, we're very close to being ready plan-wise to go out to bid. Trying to finish up the last documents with the cultural resources folks, which is the historical, all of that. They have a new administrator, I'm told, and the administrator is requiring a phase 1A archaeological study now.
Okay, I heard that.
We were past all of that stuff.
Right.
So it was a surprise. So our consultant is putting together a package to try and remind them, we've done all of this, let us move forward. Until we get that sign off from DHR, we can't move forward. DOT simply won't let us go out to bid until we get the process completed because it's federal money. So Nelson's question or statement was that the council was probably aware, and I suggested that you may not be aware because this is brand new, and you guys are actually the first ones hearing it. So,
right, I was not aware until you said that, and I could hear bits and pieces about having done it before and all, and so yes, it's news to us now. So I appreciate that.
Okay.
Sorry for making that one little question last for 15 minutes.
No worries.
Yeah. Okay, let's move on then. I think we'll be informing them and we'll be discussing, and I'm sure that you'll hear from me at my review on October 22nd.
And I'll definitely get you an update, Nelson, before you get to the council meeting on the
Well,
22nd.
thank you. I'll be on your doorstep.
I'm sure.
Together. Yeah. Let's talk a little bit about the status of the Woodbury Street sidewalk. That's something that has been on our agenda. We have had some years back, we made the decision to move the next item on the list of to-dos from the NRPC and the ITRAC study to move up the priority for Woodbury Street, because we discovered that there was a lot more foot traffic on Woodbury Street than previously had been considered by the NRPC when they made their priority list. And the thing of it was high school, is the school letting out and letting a large number of kids walk down that road. At the same time, the kids who have cars, they also want to come down that road. And we felt that this was an important place to have a sidewalk for safety reasons. We proceeded on that basis. We applied for and received a grant for that project, and we were moving ahead with it. And then the state discovered they didn't have enough money to do the Souhegan River Trail, so that we had to we made the decision to move the money that was allocated to Woodbury Street into the Souhegan River Trail and make that project whole. That we did, and then we decided, when we decided that the only thing we could do to make something happen around here, because of the red tape associated with the projects of the with the federal help, we decided to put our own, I mean the town of Merrimack money, into these projects. And Kyle was asked to come up with a list, which he did, and it was a year or more ago that he put up a list, and Woodbury Street was first on that as well. So Kyle's asked me that the board, he asked me when the board took a vote to move Woodbury Street up, and I in priority. And I gather that question is coming from the council. I told him I didn't know, and I didn't find it in the minutes, and we thought it would be appropriate for us, if we still agree that the next project should be Woodbury Street, and we take a vote on that, a formal vote on that at this meeting. Kyle, did I say that right?
Yeah, that's correct. And just to give a kind of an update where we are as Public Works, the budget, the current fiscal year budget that was approved in June, normally done in April, but was done in June this year, has a line item for sidewalk construction, and it names Woodbury Street as the project at $200,000.
Yeah.
Eileen, I believe, heard some questions as to whether that was the council's desire as the first project or not. So I think she wants it to go before the town council, just to be certain that that's the project that the town council wants us to do. So I thought it would be great for the town center committee to give a recommendation to the town council.
Okay. I
make a motion that we recommend to the town council that the Woodbury sidewalk project be the next priority from a sidewalk perspective.
Okay. Do we have a second to that motion?
Second. Bill Cummings.
Bill Cummings. I'm going to take a person-by-person vote on this because it's a Zoom meeting. That's the way they want them done. So I'm going to ask Bill Cummings, how do you vote? Oh, do we have any discussion of this motion? Bill, did you want to discuss, or did you want to vote? Bill, I'm asking you. Bill Cummings, are you there?
Oh, I thought you were talking to Bill Wilkes. Sorry. Got to specify.
Yeah. Okay.
No discussion.
No discussion. Anybody have any discussions? If not, I'll take a roll call vote, and I'll start with Bill Cummings.
Actually, I just real quick, Nelson.
Oh yeah.
I believe of all the projects that we've contemplated, this is the primary project that should be focused on first. I think with the number of kids, students that travel down that, it is very important. And so I'm glad that we're taking this vote so the council will know.
Good, thank you. We have a motion, and let's see how people vote on this. I'm going to start with Bill Cummings.
Aye.
Aye. Nelson votes aye. Karen.
Aye.
Aye. Bill Wilkes.
Aye.
Aye. Kyle.
I'm going to abstain from this one, Nelson.
Abstain, okay. And I think Finley is going to vote in favor.
Yes. Aye.
Okay. Okay, thank you. I think that should satisfy the council as that's our desire. And if you think there's a memorandum needed from this group, or I will certainly bring it up in my annual report in October 22nd. But if you feel that something should go sooner, Kyle, I'm now empowered to do it by this vote. Any questions or comments there, Kyle?
I not from me, I guess. I don't know what form. Maybe an email to Eileen would be appropriate, so she can discuss it with the council.
Okay.
And then she can decide whether she wants something formal as a presentation, or maybe the 22nd can be the day that the discussion happens and the decision is made.
Yeah. Okay.
So maybe through Becky and Eileen can work out that side of the process.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. I'll get with you on that offline. Yeah. Any other questions or comments or discussion on that? Who's that? Let's see. The next thing on the agenda was the status of the high school master plan. Now, Matt cannot be with us today. I asked him what the status was, and he said it has not gotten off the ground. They have not yet put together this master plan committee that was going to review the campus of the Merrimack High School and environs. Apparently, the COVID thing has sucked up all the oxygen in the room over there, and they are struggling with how to get this school year off with and satisfy the many parties who are affected by the COVID and the precautions against COVID spreading. So that's all I have to report on that. If anybody would like to say anything about it, it's on hold right now. It's still in their budget and they'll still go forward with it, but it probably isn't going to happen very quickly because of this other business. Okay. That takes care of the old business discussions. Under new business today, anything else under old business anybody wants to bring up before I move to new business? We'll try and get new business going. First thing, of course, is the closure of Watson Park, which everybody has heard of by now. I sent around a memo that was written by the Matt Castorius describing the situation. There's been several pictures taken and are circulating on various media sites, and we've all seen how bad it is. The town council took the action to close the park completely, which has not been popular around town, but there it is with its orange fencing all around it, and it's closed. They, I believe, have taken a vote now to build a fence along the Souhegan River and along both the Souhegan River and Babusick Brook to fence off the park, if you will, from the water. And I think the intention was maybe that after that they could open it up for town residents, and the attraction of being able to splash in the Souhegan River would not be there. But that's my read on this, and maybe Finley can add some to that. He is more on the inside of what's going on here. But what?
Well, yeah, we did in fact have a conversation about it, multiple conversations, but most recently it was the desire of the majority of the council to put a fence up. It is. I won't. Once a vote is taken, I don't want to go and rehash it, but things were getting wildly out of control, unfortunately, and it's gotten that way. We've had to deal with it, of course, at Wildcat Falls, and I guess it's happening around the state as well, in different places, to include Hampton Beach. But I'm disappointed with the idea of the fence. I was hoping that we could do something. Everybody would have to pay $50 to go to the park, and taxpayers would have it used against their property taxes, and I thought that might help, but there's no way we can do that, I suppose, according to the town manager anyhow. But with the limitations of what we can do, we did accept a $20,000 grant back in 2010, and I hesitate to do it. I do it for things like the Footbridge because I'm sorry for the noise. The Footbridge is something that people can use it. It's the surrounding areas that we have concerns over the in perpetuity clause in many of these grants. So for $20,000, we're trapped and can't limit the use of the park. And so we now have a fence coming. I guess Kyle would know. He wanted it sooner than later, it sounded like. So I don't know if that's happening shortly or what.
Yeah, okay. Well, thank you, Finley. That's about what I thought. Kyle, you want to add anything to that? Or are you out for bids? Or
Yeah, so I developed the bid specs and quantities for it. It's about 725 feet of fence. It'll include a 20-foot gate that'll be located where the primary access has been down to the river. So certainly there'll be opportunity to open it up for whatever reasons, should the council desire going forward. The finance department is preparing to go out to bid on it, I believe, and certainly my hope is to have it installed as soon as possible so we can get the park part of the park back open.
Yeah. Kyle, one of the thoughts that occurred to me, and I had hoped that the council might consider, was of making a fence that's more attractive than a chain link fence. 6 foot or 8 foot. It's an 8 foot high fence.
So what we've specified is a 6 foot vinyl coated chain link fence.
Yeah.
So it'll be black vinyl coating. It kind of hides in the shadows. It's certainly. I mean, it's not beautiful by any stretch.
But there are some nice looking fences out there.
It's a lot more attractive than a galvanized fence.
Yeah, and there are fences that are more attractive than vinyl coated chain link, I think. I don't know if there's any possibility of looking at those or even what they would cost more. But
I think it would be cost prohibitive.
I think it would be prohibitive. That's worse than cost more. Yeah.
Right.
Hey, from somebody who has a little bit of experience with fences around town. Anyways, the black chain link is a lot more durable than any kind of wooden fence. Wooden fences, the posts I don't care how much they're pressure treated, they still rot out.
Yep.
And the sun shrinks the wood and contorts them and everything else. I would vote heavily for, unless we could put a wrought iron fence up, I would vote heavily for the black chain link fence, because it doesn't stand out as much as you think it might, and it'll definitely be there a long time.
Yeah. I was wondering about wrought iron, but anyway, go ahead, Karen.
That was kind of my question. If things settle down to a point where people aren't cruising Daniel Webster Highway looking for a place to hop in a river, is the fence removable? Is it something that it wouldn't cost a lot of money to take down after, say, maybe 4 years or 5 years? Something like that.
So there'll be about 75 posts to do the 725 feet. I mean, certainly it can be pulled out, but each post is concreted in. Our forces could certainly take it out. It would be quite an effort to do so. But that's the purpose of the gate, is to allow access. Even with the fence up, there is potential for access through the gate.
Okay.
And if other accesses are needed, more gates could be installed in the future.
Okay, Finley.
Well, we've always refrained from doing any improvements to the river, because once we did that, it was like we were saying, we want you to go ahead and swim there. And we've never done that because of the eventual assumed responsibility for issues that go on. So
okay.
I think even though there's a gate up, like Kyle had suggested, that we could open it. Once we open it, we're now saying it's okay to swim there, and we've never wanted to do that. So I'm submitting to everybody that once this fence goes up, the river will never be accessed again from Watson Park. It can't happen. Again, it's all that assumed liability, responsibility for people down at the river. And so the way it's been, people have been able to utilize it, and we tell them, you're down there at your own risk. That's the sign says, and that's otherwise it. But I was hoping, as Nelson's email to us suggested a couple days ago, that I believe that once this COVID thing's over, it will settle down. I mean, and it's not ever going to be as serene and peaceful as it once was, because people's attitudes and habits apparently have changed over the past few years. Their character has kind of gone downhill, it appears, a little bit. But so just so you know, I believe that once the fence is up, the river bank in that area is over. It won't be used anymore.
Yeah.
And I should mention, the gate is also there for emergency response as well.
Right. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Does the committee want to do anything? It's really a little bit out of our jurisdiction. It's not part of our charter to poke around in Watson Park, but we could make some suggestion, although it sounds like the decisions are made and the ball is rolling in that direction, and I don't know that we'd have any influence on the.
So just for clarification,
Yeah.
Now that it's getting colder, and I don't think people are going to be looking for a river to swim in, are we going to be able to open the park back up even if there's not a fence there?
You'll have to ask the council that one.
Yep.
I don't know.
That's going to be. I honestly thought we were dealing with it at our last meeting, but we did not. It wasn't specifically on the agenda, and so it is on the agenda for next. It will be on the agenda for our next meeting. I think the 24th, but I'm not sure. I have to see my calendar here, but at the next meeting, that conversation will occur, and it is Thursday. Yes, the 24th. So I'm not sure what the results will be, but because people have really just let this thing grow into a monstrous snowball. So I'm not sure, but that's the plan. I'm hoping to have it open on the 24th. I know that there's groups that want to use the cross-country team from the high school uses that as a practice area and so on. But
Well, I'm
that's
just going to throw it out there, Finley, but you know, the Rotary Club sold Christmas trees there, and it's we do a lot of nice things in town with our money, and you know, we're kind of short on fundraisers this year, so we were kind of hopeful that we could sell Christmas trees again. And obviously, if it's all blocked off, that's going to be a problem.
Well, I think I'm confident it's going to be open before December 1st. Because the only reason it's closed is because the river became an attractive nuisance, and so I can't say that for sure, but I'm imagining that it will be open. And I at the 24th, it's going to be chilly enough. It's already cool out there today. I just don't think that's going to be the problem. So we'll know soon. I just can't tell you for sure right now. I just think so.
I think we would all agree with Bill that the Rotary has done great things for the town, and and they usually go open after Thanksgiving, so that's into tail end of November. We'd like to be open. Otherwise, we'll be hunting for another spot, which maybe we can find. I don't know. Anyway,
I'll make that part of my pitch.
Thank you.
Right.
Hey guys, I got to jump off this meeting. I got another meeting. Sorry to have to do that, but I kind of had an hour slotted for this meeting, so I will look for the minutes and notes and see you guys the next time.
Bill, thanks for participating. Two quick things before you go. Peter Flood has chosen to leave the committee. Just for your information, I've called him several times and talked to him, and he just doesn't want to participate anymore. So I'll accept he didn't officially resign. He just chose not to be reappointed. So just FYI. The other thing is the annual report to the town by this committee will be on the 22nd of October. And we should set another time for, do we want to participate in the turkey shoot?
No turkey shoot.
No turkey shoot. Okay.
No turkey shoot.
That's too bad.
Okay.
There's a good possibility there's going to be no turkey trot either.
Yeah. Okay.
Unfortunately.
Yeah.
Okay. Kyle, you don't need any letters of support for the Footbridge work you're doing or anything. If you need anything from this committee to support something you're doing as part of your applications, just let me know, and I think the committee will support.
Yeah, I think we're all set there, Nelson. We have the letters of support from both the council and the town center committee from the grant application.
Yeah. Okay.
Sorry, I mixed up my projects. I think we have what we need, but I'll let you know if we don't.
Okay, just let me know. And when's our next meeting going to be, folks? When would you like to get together again? When should we get together again? We have a calendar here for October Fridays. Let's see, the 22nd of October is the day I give the presentation to the council. If you want to meet before that, it would have to be the 16th. If you want to meet after that, let's meet on the 30th. Any thoughts or suggestions?
I can't do the 30th.
You can't do the 30th, okay.
But I can do any other one.
Okay. 16 or 23 then are possibilities. If we want to do it in a month.
Do you think it would be helpful to meet before you meet with the council, or?
Yeah, why not? And then you can scrub my presentation. I hope I'll have it all together by then. We'd make it on the 23rd of October.
No, that's the day
It would
after.
have to be the 16th.
16th.
Oh, it's got to be the 16th. Yeah. Okay. All right. That's a month from now. I can make that work.
All right, guys, that would work for me, but I do have to let you go. Take care.
16th vote. Who else has got a vote? Anybody want to say 16th?
16th.
16th, I'm going to be in
It
Maine
works for
with
me.
my bride.
Pardon?
What?
I said on the 16th, I'm going to be in Maine with my bride.
Okay.
Yep.
Gonna look at leaves.
What's that?
Look at leaves. Beautiful colors.
I don't know. We're just getting out of Dodge.
Does that mean we got two of you
Sounds
on
like a
Zoom?
plan.
Is it going to be a virtual meeting? Although that doesn't necessarily change.
Zoom meeting, yes. Definitely will be Zoom. So,
Whatever everybody wants to do works for me.
Yep.
that's what I'm trying to find, is a day that works for everybody, but,
16th seems to be good.
well, except for Bill Cummings.
Except for Bill.
Well, we could move it back to the 9th, but that's pretty close to this now.
Today, I don't know.
Yeah.
On there.
I mean, would you want to possibly do it on a different day than a Friday? I don't know how everybody's schedule works. As long as I plug it in and don't lose my schedule, I'm good.
Good luck.
Well, was the 30th okay? Was the 30th okay? Oh, no, that was
Well,
no.
it's questionable for me. And it's the only one that was questionable. If we want to try the 30th, that would be fine. Right now, it's fine.
How's that with Bill Cummings?
The 30th of October?
Yeah.
Yep, that's good.
Okay, Kyle, you okay with that?
Yeah, that works for me.
Yeah.
Yes, works for me.
Okay,
Yes.
Put down 30 October.
Okay.
I'll get out some minutes as soon as I can hack all of this back together, maybe over the weekend. Minutes of this meeting. So thank you all for participating. I appreciate you taking the time. I know we went a little over time, but we had a lot of things on the agenda, a lot of actions going on. And Kyle, thanks for your support. If you need us, let us know. And I will get with Bill Wilkes and Nicholas, and we can talk some more about this Facebook page thing.
Excellent.
Anything else? I'll entertain a motion to adjourn. Karen, did you want to speak?
Second.
Oh, who made the motion? Somebody's got to make a motion.
I'll make the motion.
Okay, Bill moves. Karen seconds. Bill Cummings, thank you. Karen second.
Adjourn.
I'll take a roll call vote of those who are left. You're in favor, Bill. Obviously, Karen is.
Yeah.
Kyle, how are you voting?
Yes.
It's an easy vote, isn't it?
Yeah, and your vote is the same, right? Yeah. Okay, Finley, thank you. Okay, thank you all for participating.
All right. Thank you very much. Sorry for the inconvenience.
Thank you.
See you on the 30th. Thank you.
Take care.
Merrimack TV is committed to our community. From gavel-to-gavel coverage of town and school board meetings to updates on town services and projects, we aim to keep you connected.
Good morning. I'm Kyle Fox, Public Works Director for the town of Merrimack.
Hi, I'm Diane Trippett. I'm the town clerk tax collector for the town of Merrimack.
I'm Captain Matt Tarleton with the Merrimack, New Hampshire Police Department.
And keep the public informed of every motion.
All those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye.
And many moments, so you can be confident that we're here for you. Thanks for watching. Stay connected. Follow Merrimack TV on Facebook.